Everyone, if you could go ahead and spam AMA in the channels and in TG, I would appreciate it. We'll get started as soon as Master Jedi graces us with his presence. Hi, Master Jedi. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm good. How are you doing?
We got a few inches of very heavy, very wet snow, and so my internet may be less than perfect. So if I cut out, you guys will have to let me know so I can repeat if needed.
No worries. It's been very, very rainy where I am, so a bit of fun weather today.
Yeah. My kids have already made snowmen. They were pretty ecstatic this morning.
Nice.
Yeah. Everything shuts down here. It shuts down like the night before anything is expected. So it's pretty interesting.
That's funny.
Give it a few more minutes for people to kind of drift in here and then we'll get started. Have anything fun planned for this weekend, Master Jedi?
Not really, no. Just it's like those the memes, it's like work as far as the eye can see.
Uh, my youngest turns 12 on Sunday, so we're gonna
Oh,
celebrate. So
nice.
yeah, it makes me feel old. but
Yeah.
but it's not too bad. She's pretty excited. So one more year until she's a teen. So
Yeah, that's I'm at the point where my middle kid is a newish teen, and my youngest is an oldish, sarcastic smarty pants, or as a youngish, sarcastic smarty pants, but not quite a teenager yet. So, I'm
lucky.
I'd say looking forward to it, but because as I get older, I'm more aware of the time that I need to spend with my kids. I wish I had spent a little more time with them when they were younger, but
Before there was less sass or more sass.
yeah, back in the days of innocence, it was a challenge being a parent for me. I married into a situation with two kids from a previous marriage, so I kind of like jumped into being a dad versus like getting to
Gradually go in there.
yeah, gradually figure it out, right? And so I wish I had just a little bit more time in those kind of situations, but I do what I do now so that I can hopefully have more time sooner than later to enjoy before everybody's off doing their own thing and nobody cares about the grandpa anymore.
That's fair. My I have a 16-year-old. He turned 17 this summer, and then I have a 13-year-old that turns 14 2 weeks after this
Okay.
weekend. So yeah, mine are getting up there. And if I had known, my middle daughter's the sassy one. If you can imagine that any of my kids are sassy like me, she's sassy.
No.
So she's a handful. I'm hoping the youngest just stays kind of mellow. She's pretty easygoing, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. My middle child, I made the mistake of having them grow up on SpongeBob.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Which you'd think, no, not a big deal. No, everything is sarcastic. Everything, and it's wonderful in terms of like creativity, but man, occasionally it's just like,
They just leave you speechless sometimes.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. Like, oh, that idea went through your brain, and you let it stay there for a while. Okay.
You're like, okay, that's what we're doing. Cool. It's about 6 after, so I figure we'll go ahead and get started, and then whoever trickles in, they trickle in. And I wanted to share a couple fun facts um, for our YouTube channel. I was pretty excited. Andre has been keeping us updated with that and doing a lot of the media. He said that we have about 1,200 views on YouTube so far, with 170 hours of watch time and 130 plus subscribers. So that means it's being effective, and that's pretty exciting.
Congrats, Andre. I know you've been working hard on that, and we appreciate you.
I'll go over kind of what was on our update. So basically, the facility deal. I know I had posted an announcement. Basically, what we're needing to do is just get volume up a little bit, and we've been working on that. We have the Lunar Volume Improvement Plan. If you guys haven't had a chance to check that out, there's a lot of good stuff in there. We are planning on doing a War of the Whales. We are just waiting for some stuff to finish up with CMC, and then that way we can coordinate everything together and make it as effective as possible. And once we get those final dates, I'll make sure and get that announced. That way you guys have time to prepare for that as well. So if you're holding out, then, go ahead and keep doing that. And then we'll have that contest. Pretty excited. Let's see what else. We have submitted just an update on the Binance Industry Recovery Fund. They're still reviewing applications. And then we are still working on educating people through CMC posts to give them accurate information to combat any inaccurate information. We have applied for the Telegram verification. We've gotten the Telegram, the old site, cleaned up. I believe that's canceled. Master Jedi, is it still?
Yeah, so not only is it canceled, but nobody, including us, can go use that URL again. So the URL's been banned. Nobody else can access it, and the group has been removed. So that's load off our minds. We were pretty worried about what was going on in that group. So
yes, misinformation and everything like that. We
scams.
did. It's a shame that, it's out there, and I hope everyone is, protecting themselves and definitely not clicking on links or giving out keys or any of those things. We did share the Lunar ecosystem preview. That was in the governance platform. So if you guys haven't had a chance to check that out, it's really cool. With that, we announced the Lunar escrow product. Review that too. There's so much cool information on there. A lot of stuff to be really excited about. We are working on getting the websites cleaned up and links going to where they need to be, as far as lunar.io and the lunarcrystals.io. We are also, as a group, interviewing new market makers. So we had a meeting with one that seemed pretty promising, but we want to do what's best for the community and get the most benefits that we can for you guys. So we're still looking at that, but so far, I'm pretty excited about it. There's a lot of new information out there, a lot of competition, so people are having to kind of step up to survive in the space. So it means we get better work done for us. So that's exciting. Let's see. I think that's about it for us as far as like the community side. Do you want to go ahead and take over, Master Jedi, give them updates on stuff if you would like?
Yeah, so let me see here, going back through the update myself here. So yeah, I wanted to point out the ecosystem preview. That's everything that's on the table that we're working on for the next 18 months or so. That was a collaboration between Spaceman and myself to get that out the door. Very excited about the product roadmap and the stuff we're working on, especially the stuff that we're working on the short term. I know where there were some questions in there about dates and specificity of dates. We have more specific dates internally that we're not sharing right now. So we mean what we said. We've talked about, doing things differently than before, like trying to give you guys a clear understanding of what's happening and what we're focusing on, and giving ourselves leeway to be able to make adjustments as we deliver those things. So if you're looking at something and going, well, why isn't there a date there? It's certainly not due to lack of oversight. I'd love to be able to share a lot more with you folks about when we want to get these things done. But the flip side is if something's delayed or whatever, it takes effort and energy to combat the effects of that. So we're just gonna execute the way we've been executing and deliver new features, functionality, and information to the ecosystem every week. And we'll have more updates on release schedules as they're closer to release. But very excited about that. For those of you that were wondering, the Lunar Esco product is the one that I mentioned has the biggest opportunity, I believe, in the ecosystem as a whole. In some ways, I think bigger than DEX, because we're talking large scale crypto transactions and giving every crypto project trading desk to be able to do over-the-counter transactions securely. It's not something that is very served in the marketplace yet, and it's something that clearly there's an interest in because we've seen one or two new projects spin up recently that want to focus just on that. So I'm excited about the ability of the Lunar brand within this space to be able to power that product and some of the opportunities that sit in front of us for that. And again, I mentioned that's a product that anything that you saw that would be new would be a product that we need. We have people interested in over-the-counter deals with us, and over-the-counter deals are something that's a part of every crypto project that takes major investment. So we expect good things from that product, and it's a relatively straightforward type of thing. And we've built out the technical prowess and the ecosystem in our platform to be able to deliver that in relatively short order. So I'm very excited about that as a whole. Please, 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 please go read the volume improvement plan. Many people have expressed concern that we have not been putting enough focus on the token itself over the last few months, and a lot of that has to do with everything else we had to do to spin up a brand new company to be able to support all of this and the new structures and innovating on the different ways we're supporting you folks as token holders. All of that is pretty clear on what we intend to do over the next month to 6 weeks to be able to make sure that we get where we need to be. So we gotta make changes to the websites, get a bunch of stuff out the door, and a lot of people have been focused on, how are we going to do marketing? The previous team spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on marketing, and so why should we go and also spend hundreds of thousands of dollars when we can leverage the assets that we have available? And so we have a plan to do that. If you have any ideas in there, please leave comments. And as we start to get these things lined up, we're going to need your help spreading the word. So please keep an eye out for that. Onto the technical stuff. There's a lot of work going on behind the scenes to enable that volume improvement plan. A lot of technical things involving Webflow and the websites and DNS settings and all of that to try to get everything aligned. There are new or new to us anyways, lists that we've leveraged from different places that are now we're trying to get available to us and set up to be able to start doing marketing campaigns. All of that takes time, effort, and energy from the team. We're all working hard to make that happen. We're about at the finish line for the contract changes. So we've been making changes to the ERC-20 contract to be able to support splitting out the tax and having tax specifically for development. We've been working on implementing NFT royalty payments for transfers to be able to support or Lunar Mint and OpenSea. Those are very nearly finished. We are going through our final checks on that, and then they both need to have additional audits. So we're getting that ready to be queued up, and then we're still working on getting the NFT metadata updated and released for the crystal sale. That has been ongoing. There's just a lot. Some people asked what the delay is. The delay is just there's been a lot of work put into the ecosystem leading up to and after the facility meeting. And so our top priority is making sure that we have all our ducks in a row to be able to get that deal done. Second priority is to make sure that we are doing what needs to be done to continue funding the project. And then we have some other lips coming. We have some other software releases coming. We've been hard at work now that the Lunar ecosystem is expanding. Been hard at work, kind of consolidating the design assets and making it easier to be able to keep up to date on the UI between all the different platforms. And I anticipate that there will be another build of the Lunar platform out soon. And internally with the team, with the directors, now that January is almost over, we're going to discuss next steps for the Lunar portfolio beta and starting to expand access to LNR holders. So that's something that we'll be discussing in the days ahead as we roll over into February. So I'm excited for more people to be able to get access to that. I'm excited for more features, a few more features in the Lunar platform. Again, a lot of we're going to be focusing on after the crystal sale is set up is going to be focusing on getting mint and escrow out the door. So I'll have more. There's just so much going on with marketing and stuff like that. I'm not necessarily where I wanted to be with being able to report to you guys on exactly what needs to get done for Lunar Mint to be ready. But hopefully within the next couple weeks, I'll be able to give you folks a little more insight. One last thing before I forget, one of the things that we've been trying to drive people to the governance platform to be able to get your information there. I know we have looks like 205 members in there now, so we crossed 200. Very excited about that. However, we have 40,000 holders still, so there's a lot more people that need to get into the governance platform and get their information. We are going to continue to be driving that as the primary source. If you want to know what's going on week after week, that's where you need to be. However, we are going to start putting together monthly summaries of what's been going on for people and posting it to the blog and CMC and all that good stuff. It's not going to be as detailed or as comprehensive as what's in the weekly updates. So if you want to stay up to date and stay in the loop as early as possible, you should be on the governance platform. That's governance.lunar.io. We're going to continue to push people heading over there and continue to drive conversations at that site. Trying to think if there is anything else. But there's just a lot of stuff coming together, and I want to reiterate for everybody that this team delivers weekly. There's code being delivered weekly. There's information being delivered weekly. We've put, now you have a major document in your hands that outlines what we're going to be doing for the next 18 months. There's some great stuff in there about the evolution of the brand, the evolution of our messaging, and you're going to see those things. We put those things in your hands first before you see them on the website and everywhere else. So everything we are doing is trying to make sure that as DAO members and as LNR and NFT holders, that you have first information before the rest of the community about what's going on. Can't do that without your participation. So please jump in the governance platform, tell all the holders to jump in the governance platform. And, if you have any feedback, let us know.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Master Jedi. I do want to let you guys know that I have had some success in reaching out to some contacts about investments into Lunar. That was part of the reason why we are working on getting the proposal set so we can do the OTC trades. So basically, it's great news. So that'll allow us to be able to do that kind of stuff and get it situated for you guys and for, funding and different things like that. So once that is completed, obviously, go and vote and do what you think is best. So we appreciate you very much. We go ahead and hit the AMA questions.
Yeah, so that's a bit of news for everybody. We've got a new lip that's coming up very shortly that will discuss giving the foundation the ability to do OTC transactions for investors. That's going to be an important capability that the foundation needs, especially over the next several weeks. We'll have more information about specifics after they happen, but as you'll be able to read in the LIP, there are challenges within that situation that we have to within those types of situations that we have to be able to address. So there's great stuff in there that'll be coming, I would imagine, within the next day or so. And then if you folks have any questions about that, make sure you let us know.
Excited, so I figured I'd share that, let you guys know that we are getting some positive and very, very good interest in that kind of stuff. So once we get that situated and it's 100% ready to go, then we'll give you guys more information. But we don't want to, promise anything that we can't say is 100% yet. But I mean, it's people that I know personally, so it's a good chance. But I wanted to save that and let you guys know that today because that's exciting. So let's
Bill's
see.
been working very hard behind the scenes for us, folks. So
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. It looks like you had answered this one. It was from Rude Fruit. He said, "What's the plan to get people to start using our apps and thus generating income? Is this where Medium, article, CMC, etc., and the brand outreach that has already been built comes in? And then, or have people or companies already been in touch? And then, what's going to get people to A, know our apps exist, and B, start using them?" So, Master Jedi shared the link basically for the Lunar Volume Improvement Plan. It's very detailed and it's got a lot of information in there if you guys want to go over that specifically. But Master Jedi had summed it up. He had basically said, we will market products when it's not a waste of resources. Make sure we're not going to market anything that isn't really beneficial. We need to get our web presence cleaned up, which is what we're working on. And then the portfolio beta helps to make it easier to generate tax revenue, which has been sold in order to leverage. Let's see.
which has
Working on
to be sold. So just to make sure everybody knows, like when we're making it easier to buy Lunar and stuff like that, right? But the Lunar tax has to be converted into BNB or a stable coin in order for that to benefit us. And that has to be done in small increments in ways that doesn't drastically negatively impact the price. So when we're talking about revenue, a lot of the things that we're focusing on are about revenue that does not directly involve LNR, because you have to sell LNR in order to be able to fund things. And we're, of course, trying hard not to do that. So just wanted to jump in there on that real quick.
Perfect. We appreciate that. Let's see. The other little bit is we're working on getting Mint ready for private beta testing. And then the foundation is working on getting organic trading volume up. So that was what we were talking about with getting all of our social platforms kind of connected and working together and getting CMC cleaned up and situated. Once that happens, then we will do basically a mass marketing campaign for the War of the Whales and get that situated. So we just want to make sure that when we do it, it's going to be as effective as possible. And we don't want to implement something that's just kind of out of the blue and isn't effective.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to do a War of the Whales if, getting information about Lunar and what we're doing is, disjointed, incomplete, inaccurate. If we haven't published the, weekly or the monthly updates back on the blog, if stuff's not coordinated through CMC properly, all that good stuff, right? Doesn't make a lot of sense. So we're trying to structure everything to where like one thing leads to another, leads to, okay, now we're ready to be able to do this. Then when it makes sense, then, oh, hey, let's just do a War of the Whales tomorrow and see what happens.
And that was one of the benefits about reviewing the new market makers as well, is that they are willing to coordinate with us. So that will also be another, strategy that we're going to use to increase volume organically as well. So there are things in the works. We just want to make sure and do it the best way that we can. I didn't see anything else in the AMA questions. Do you guys have anything in main chat that you guys would like more details on or have any questions so far? It looks like, do we have a hand raised? Nope. Anybody going once, going twice? Was there anything else that you could think of that we missed or hadn't talked about yet?
Not off the top of my head. I know there's got to be some questions out there.
Hmm.
There's got to be 35 people in the audience. Somebody has to have a question that hasn't been answered yet.
I mean, I like to think that we try to keep everyone updated pretty well. Like you said, we're going to get out the monthly update and have that on more things than just the governance and have that released for people to give them some more information as well. But I mean, other than that, I still don't see anything. Nothing in Maine.
Yeah.
That was a pretty quick one this time, you guys. Are you sure there's nothing? Oh, Travis says 1 second. He might be
We
typing
got
something up.
another AMA question came out. Oh, somebody want to ask us? Is it anybody's first time in the AMA? Raise your hand. Any new folks? That's a no. Also, all right. Just the pros then. Questions, comments, feedback.
I think Travis is probably still typing. Okay. Yes. So we are working together with doing some educational videos. They're short, basically little tutorials on helping people kind of get some things situated. I believe there's 2 or 3 that have been finished so far that we're working on doing the final touches on.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
And
been
so
Andre has been amazing putting together tutorials, lunar tutorials, how to get on the governance platform, how to add the new lunar to your wallet. We'll be doing more in the future. The short videos have been fantastic. He's been doing a lot of work setting up the templates to be able to do these things consistently and repeatably, which is just phenomenal. I'm very excited about the content that's going up on YouTube, and then setting us up for being able to do some of this content in other places in the future.
we're excited. So I mean, pretty soon, Trevs. So we just want to make sure and have, the good stuff out for you guys. And I have really enjoyed seeing what has been presented so far. So it's exciting. And the videos will be well received, I assume, because they're going to be short and they're going to be informative and easy to understand. Some people are more of a visual learner than a reader. So I'm excited for that. And that, is part of the goal for us anyway, was educating, your everyday crypto trader and stuff like that. So I'm excited. Anything else?
It's like we got fan favorite Jack
Perfect.
has a question coming up to the stage. What's up, buddy?
Fan favorite, nice. I've been. It's a busy day at work, so I'm trying to listen as good as I can. It sounded like Silverdust said she had personal contact or something that with funding. I was just. I'm pretty sure you said something about OTC, so I was just wondering if that was being facilitated with the our upcoming product. Oh, I forgot the code name now. The escrow product.
Yeah, not yet. So we're using those transactions as a test bed for what is going to need to be done in order to have a successful product there. But there's that product is very early in the development stage. And not nearly as far along as Mint is. It's not as complicated as of an app as Mint to build, but it is going to need its own contract. It is going to need its own UI, and we have those things scheduled, but we're not working on that just yet. So
Okay, all right. So I guess other than that, just congrats to Silverdust. Yay. Good job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
yeah, very excited. She's doing great work. We'll have more details on being able to keep this thing moving. Rumors of our death have been greatly exaggerated.
Yeah, we all hope so for sure.
Yeah, we're excited. I feel like it's a good chunk from a private investor. So, I mean, yeah, just keep moving. I've got other, irons in the fire and waiting to hear back from those as well. So, I mean, positive things. So just to keep on working, just shows how much I believe in Lunar when I'm willing to go to personal contacts and be like, hey, check this out. what do you guys think? And then educate them the best that I can and, answer those questions. Thank goodness, I've worked with them previously, so I know, I guess you could say
That's
that they're good for it. So,
that's a tough conversation. I mean, crypto, much less a startup crypto project.
exactly. But I mean, they're excited. Crypto is something that's new for them. So they're really excited about the educational parts, the different products, and they're viewing this as, a tech startup, and which is essentially what we are. So
Right.
just really positive things. And I figure once, we get them in the door and they start talking, word of mouth, small community with deep pockets. So we'll see how it goes.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Congrats, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's all
Anything
I
else?
got.
Okay,
No, that's
awesome.
You're the man, Jack. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. Then anyone else have any questions or anything like that so far? I didn't see anything in main. And
Well,
then
I suppose the mysteries of the lunar universe will remain a mystery for another week then.
well, awesome. Well, we appreciate you guys for joining us. Lots of exciting things in the works. Just, keep spreading the love of Lunar and hanging out, and we're going to keep working hard for you guys as well. So thanks again. You guys have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you next week.
Back to the grindstone. Appreciate you all. Have a fantastic week. See you next Wednesday.
I'll get the captions out for you guys as soon as possible too, just like I did last week. So let you know when that's done. You guys have a great night. Bye.
Awesome. Take it easy, everybody.